What is up, guys? Welcome to another video. Today we are talking about looksmaxing and the more advanced techniques that you want to know. A couple weeks back I did another video about the basics, so please watch that one before you watch this one. These tips will be those extra 1%ers that the gurus don't tell you about, and they'll give you an upper hand in everyday life. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, I wanted to start this video off with something that I may have missed in the first one, but a lot of you wanted to hear about, and that is skin health. If you have acne, if you have mild to severe acne, I definitely recommend jumping on Accutane. Just go to your doctor, say it's really bothering you, and they should prescribe you with some Accutane. What Accutane essentially does is just stop your skin from producing oils, and it'll dry your skin up, yes, but in the long term, you'll stop getting acne, you'll stop getting acne scars. Overall, being on Accutane will make it easier for your skincare routine now and in the future. Once you have acne scars, they are a big pain to deal with. Now, if you are someone who does have acne scars and you want to get rid of them, I 100% recommend microneedling. This, along with some scarring cream, will literally 100 times the speed at which your face will go back to showing minimal signs of scarring and that smooth, clear looking skin that everyone wants. So 100%, if you're younger and your acne is getting bad, it's Accutane, and if puberty has already come and gone and you're left with some scarring, microneedling and some scarring cream. Now, when it comes to general skin quality and health, there's a few more things to do, okay? Obviously, moisturize, alright? Especially if we're shaving on the daily and doing a lot of stuff to our face, we want to keep it moisturized. Moisturize in the morning and at night, and that'll go a long way to just making your skin look better, as well as decreasing the rate at which we age. Now, the second thing, and something I don't want you to look over, is staying away and staying out of the sun. Rather keeping yourself out of the sun, or when you're in the sun, wearing a hat, sunscreen, sunnies, everything to protect your face, alright? Because you'll notice very quickly your face, when you have a lot of sun exposure, is the first thing to get more wrinkles, more freckles, dryness, sun damage in general. That shit we want to avoid, alright? We want to avoid that at all costs, so please be sun safe when you're out there, and that'll go a long way in terms of the longevity. Longevity is fucking everything in this game. We want to make sure we're taken care of now and we're future-proofing ourselves, alright? Now, that brings me to my second topic of the video, and that'll be cosmetics. Now, especially with your face and grooming, you'll also want to cover up rather eye bags or imperfections on your skin, and maybe red cheeks, or even your skin might look a little pale and you want to bring some color, etc. So there are many ways to do this. Let's start with number one. Now, I don't do this one personally, but I might have to start soon because it's getting bad, but a bit of concealer under your eye bags, alright? Yes, this is probably the most feminine thing I'm going to talk about today, but a bit of makeup under the eye bags just to conceal some of the darkness, some of the color. Now, you can also use a tinted moisturizer for this and on your face in general. That will get rid of a lot of the imperfections on your face, and I definitely recommend this one. When I was in America, I used a bit of that. My maid had some, and for sure 10 out of 10 works. You just want to get something that isn't too obvious and that blends in with your skin type, okay? You don't want your face to be a whole different color to your body, alright? So let's get that right first, and then we can move on to an eyebrow pen. Now, you've probably seen these things before. If you want to make your facial features, your facial hair darker and stick out more, then 100% you can put it on your eyebrows, your beard, your mustache, whatever it is, going over it lightly. And I fucking stress that word lightly. We don't want it to be obvious, because that's when you're just fucked, alright? Because if we make these things obvious and it deters from what we're actually trying to do, which is just make ourselves look better, then at the end of the day, that's just fucking embarrassing, really. So you don't want to get caught with this. You want to make everything just light, like it can still be natural and it can blend in with the rest of your face. So with a tinted moisturizer to bring a facial glow, a bit of concealer under the eye bags, and an eyebrow pen over your facial hair, that will 100% change the game for you, I promise you. Alright, try it out next time you go out with the boys, whatever. Let me know how it goes, alright? So the third topic of this video is going to be vitamins and supplements. And I know what you might be thinking, what the fuck, why am I talking about that? Now, I'm not going to talk about peptides because there's enough people online right now talking about that shit, because most people are jumping on these peptides, and at the end of the day, the only reason they're looking better is maybe because they've got tanned and they've lost some weight, alright? And that is what we can do naturally without the risk of jabbing ourselves fucking every day. So I promise you, you don't need peptides, but if you want to go that route, there's a lot of sources online that you can research and take them at your own risk. But in the meantime, there's a lot of vitamins and minerals that you want to make sure sure you're not low in, because they'll dramatically impact your energy levels, your hormones, testosterone, these things that help us function and help us be our best self, as well as how we look, alright? So we want to make sure we're getting everything in. But let me get into it a little bit. So you want to take iron, you want to make sure your iron is high, alright? Iron will control how good we feel, our energy levels, and how much oxygen is getting supplied to our muscles. So obviously that's going to be important for when we're exercising and working out, which we want to make sure we're doing, as well as vitamin B12, alright? Now B12 and iron together will make you sleep better, make you feel better waking up, give you more energy, better gym sessions. Honestly, there's no downside, alright? So I want you to get some of that in, as well as vitamin D. Now what vitamin D will do is increase your testosterone production, going out in the sun, and just fortified foods, and of course just tablets. So if you can get some of that in, it will improve recovery, libido, all the things we want, alright? So I'd say those three are the most important things you want as a guy. And now I want to get into something a little more niche, and that is vitamin C and fruit juices like beta carotene. So beta carotene is that stuff in carrots that gives your skin a nice glow, alright? So at the end of the day, if you have your beta carotenes, then your skin will glow. I'll leave a list here of all the foods that contain this good stuff, and you can also take supplements for it, and that will give your skin literally a nice glow. Even if you're like the most pale cunt ever, like you'll still get a nice glow if you take these supplements, and make sure you get like your carrots, your tomatoes, that beta carotene in, alright? I myself really don't get enough of that in, but it'll massively improve your skin health and your skin quality. So let's move on to tip 4 for the video, and that's going to be teeth and teeth health and how they look and everything like that. So essentially, stay away from coffee at all fucking costs, alright? I know coffee fucking tastes good and shit, but that shit will stain your teeth. Obviously, you want your teeth to be as white as fucking humanly possible. And we can do this in many ways, alright? I'll start with the most expensive, veneers. Just getting a whole new set of teeth, fake ones that you can replace. It's fucking 5 to 20k, alright? If you got that type of money, that'll definitely do the job, but at the same time, lifelong commitment, expensive, got a lot of negatives, alright? Number 2, still expensive, but a little bit less, composite bonding, alright? This is where they just essentially put some fake teeth, or like they cover the teeth that you do have with a layer of white composite bonding. So essentially this way you get to keep your teeth, but they can just make them look better, more white, straighten them up a little bit, and overall give that veneer effect without actually getting veneers. Composite bonding is actually something I'm thinking of doing in a few months, because ultimately when you smile, when you first greet someone, your teeth make a massive difference, alright? The way you smile, the contrast from your teeth to your face. There is very little downside to literally just having better teeth. So number 3 is whitening strips. If your teeth are already pretty straight, you can absolutely just get some whitening strips, go to the dentist, get it clean, just whiten them up. Literally just DIYing it and whitening them up as best you can will do a massive lot of good as well, and that is the cheapest option. So as I said, that will bring massive contrast and attention to your face in a good way, and we're going to pair that up with number 5, which is the white part of your eyes, the sclera. And we want to make sure that is as white as possible as well. So there are eye drops you can use. Make sure you're keeping your eyes moist, as well as making sure we're not low in iron or vitamin C, because those things will affect how white our eyelids are, as well of course as how much sleep we're getting, because at the end of the fucking day, if you're not getting enough sleep, your eyes are always going to be fucking red as fuck, and it's not going to look good, alright? So we want to make sure we're getting enough sleep. So let's move on to number 6. It's going to be jewelry and watches, alright? So I'm not going to talk about this for long, but jewelry 100%, watches 100% yes. Not only is jewelry super subjective, but it also depends where you are. Like if you're in the streets where your boys fat chain on your neck, that's fine. But when it comes to more formal settings, you only want to be wearing a nice watch and some light jewelry, alright? So if I had any tip for this, I'd just be super adaptive to whatever situation you're going to be in. If it's a nice setting, watch, nice necklace. If you're going out in a club or something, that's when you can probably whip the chains out a little bit more. And obviously have fun with it. Jewelry at the end of the day will show your personality, self-express through it. If you self-express and be unique with it, 100% you'll stand out, and that's what we want. So 100%, if you got the money, buy them real. If you don't, buy them fake. Doesn't matter. No one's gonna fucking care at the end of the day, alright? Now number 7 is gonna be height maxing. A little bit controversial, but I want you to do this. I don't want you to get any surgeries, because that's just fucking ridiculous. No one has 80k to fucking be in hospital in and out for a year getting your fucking legs extended. That shit's just fucking ridiculous. Who the fuck would do that shit? I'm literally gonna say 2 things about this subject, and then I'm gonna leave it to whatever you want to do. Height boosters, shoes that have like a good girthy fucking midsole. Just those alone can give you 1 to 2 inches of extra height. You just don't want to be making it obvious, you know, if you got some insoles or anything, don't go too crazy with them. You don't want your heels fucking poking out on the back, all right? That's just embarrassing. You don't want that, all right? So rather wear some baggy jeans or something that goes over the shoe, or just keep it to a sensible level. Now, number 2 is just having a hairstyle that actually gives you like an extra centimeter or 2 on the head, all right? Slicking it back and raising it back a little bit will always do this, but do what you can with that. Having your hair just up a little bit will always help. Besides that, if you're a short guy, that's just the hand you were dealt, and this is why we LOOKSMAX, to max out every other regard that we can, and the things that we can't change, that's just how God wanted us to be, and that's just the way it is. So we do what we can and we work with what we can, but there are literally 1,000 other ways to make yourself look and appear better than your height, all right? I know it's a big thing, but if it's the way it is, it's the way it is, and I wouldn't take it too far to change this because there's only so much you can do. So let's move on to something that these days is massively overlooked, and that's Instagram maxing. And what I mean by this is having the best looking Instagram that you can possibly have. Making you look good, making the aesthetic look good, making you look like a cool guy that does cool shit, making you look fucking rich. Literally the saying, fake it till you make it, is the realest shit ever. Sometimes in life you're just gonna have to do a bit of LARPing, and this is where you're gonna do it, alright? So I want you to study the basics in photography and lighting and use these to your advantage to make your Instagram look fucking mint, alright? Look fucking tea. And doing this can transfer over to the dating apps and everything else where people will see you before they meet you, and you can use this to your advantage. We're in the future now, 2026. Instagram and social media handles are literally everything, alright? Most often than not, they're the first interaction that someone will have with you. So you want to make sure that you get this right, okay? You want to make sure it's fucking tea, it's to the point, and you got a vibe and you seem like a sick cunt, alright? That's it. Now, number 9, and one of the things I wanted to mention was tattoos. I'm just going to be straight up right here. If you're a darker skinned individual, 100% get tattoos. You just got to make sure that the artist is top notch, and you got to pay a bag for a good tattoo, alright? You don't want to pay it for a tattoo that's going to look shit, that's going to age shit, and in 20 years, you're going to be like, why the fuck did I get that, alright? If you got darker skin and you pay a really nice tattoo artist, then in my opinion, 1000%, it'll make you look better. But you do have to get a tattoo that will age well and that looks good, alright? I just want to make sure you get those 2 things down pat, because with tattoos, it's so easy for them to look shit and to age shit. Rather, you got something when it was trendy and now it's not trendy, or the tattoo has just bled into your skin, and whether it was fine line or traditional, it just looks like some slop now. Now, if you're a pasty white boy like me, it can go 50-50. Of course, a sleeve, I reckon it looks good on anyone, but you just got to make sure the tattoo's good, and of course the tattoo artist is good, because saying this, I've got these ones here I love, but I kind of regret at the same time because I wish I'd gotten a sleeve or something else, but that's always going to change. You're going to change as a person. It can be a good thing, a bad thing, it's just how you look at it, alright? People be saying that you want a tattoo to have meaning first and you'll like it forever no matter what it is, but I think that's some fucking bullshit, alright? You want your tattoo to look good first and then you can give it meaning after, because the only 2 tattoos that I ever got that had meaning, I fucking lasered them off. I fucking hated that shit. They looked ugly, I got rid of them, alright? So if I can get anything across to you now, just make sure the tattoo artist is good and the tattoo's gonna look good, and then you should be sweet, alright? If you are white, I actually recommend getting a small tattoo first and seeing how you like it and how it looks on you, and then you can get more after, because I think it can really go 50-50 with your skin type and how it looks. So that's my opinion. And to finish off the video, I wanted to talk about the most controversial thing that's going on right now, and that is bone smashing. Now, the science does back it up, but I think before you even consider doing that shit, because I've never done it, but before you even consider doing it, you should just lose body fat, because losing body fat will make your jaw pop out more, make your cheekbones more chiseled. That'll make 100 times more difference than bone smashing ever will. But if you go through with it, if you want to do some, just make sure it's just on your cheekbones and just on your jaw. I'm not a doctor by any means, but that's where I would do it, because they're the only parts of your face that you would actually want to make stand out more. So that's it from me today, guys. Thank you for watching. Any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I'll try and get back to you. But just by watching this video, you're already 99% ahead of the curve, so you got this. Best of luck. I'll see you all in the next video. Let's do it.